welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Charnel, aka Charlicious902. I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who has taken the time to subscribe and also is watching my videos. I appreciate it tremendously. This channel has been a long time coming, so I'm having fun with it, and I really hope you guys are enjoying my videos that I've posted so far. Before we get into what today's video is going to be about, I did just want to take a moment and give my thoughts and prayers to the families and friends of those victims of the mass murder that took place here in Nova Scotia a few days ago. It's unfortunate that events like this take place so close to home. It's unfortunate that it takes place around the world. It's just unfortunate, period. It really saddens me. It really does. So I really want to let you know, from my family to yours, that my thoughts and prayers are with all of those affected by this senseless act. Also, I just want to take a time and give you guys a phone number, some contact information for our mental illness and addictions hotline in Nova Scotia. So here we go. So you can use this phone number if you are someone who is suffering from mental health or addictions, or if you know somebody who's suffering from mental health or addiction. So I have two phone numbers I'm going to give you. Both of those numbers are toll free. The first one is 1-888-429-8167, and the second number is 1-855-922-1122. Take advantage of these resources that we have here in Nova Scotia to help you with the things that you need. We are blessed to be Scotian. We are blessed to be Canadian. We are blessed to be alive. In times like this, there's a lot going on in the world, so we really need to support one another through everything. Now, today's video is going to be about how I achieved this beginner-friendly, cheap makeup look for summer. Now, I know it's not quite summer here yet in Canada. We're still in the spring months, but my hopes and prayers that when that good weather comes, y'all, we will be out there dipping it and doing it and enjoying this nice weather. I'm praying that by God's good graces, we are able to enjoy some of the summer. I'm being so extra right now, as per usual, but with all this sadness, guys, it's just we need something to laugh about. We need something to look forward to. So without further ado, if you would like to learn how I achieve this look, continue watching. Alright guys, let's get into this video. So I'm going to start off with my brows. They're looking a little struggle-ish. I overplucked them as a kid. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. That's what I'm using for my brows in. And then I'm going to, before I start that, use my MAC Fix Plus. This is our Prep and Prime. I've already moisturized my face and washed it, so I'm working with a clean canvas here. And I'm just putting this on to help make the makeup last a little longer. I use this at the beginning and at the end of my makeup looks. Some people don't. I just do it. I find it helps it hold a lot more. And just holds better for me when I do it this way. You fan that, girl. Ooh, make sure we don't have a nip slip. So now I'm going to go in with my flat angled brush. And I don't know what the brush number is on this brush. I got them in a set a long time ago, so it's faded out. But I mean, you know the flow for all you makeup goers. You just get a little flat angled brush and you can go in and shade your brows in. And this is what it looks like. Yes, girl. That black and gold is life. So now I try to, when I'm doing my brows, I start in the middle of the brow and I focus most of the pigment in the center of my brow and on the end, and then I go towards the front at the end, and I just kind of use the leftover product lightly to just kind of give it a little shade in for those natural hairs that are already there, so I don't have like a Sharpie brow. When you actually carve out the front of your brow, you don't really want to do that. You just want to use the leftover product and give like a very faint gradient effect look in the front. And that is what I'm doing for y'all now. Yes, girl. So I'm trying to show y'all how the brows are looking. As I said, the quality's not that great yet because I don't have a ring light. But now I'm going in with my MAC 24 Hour Studio Fix Concealer in the shade NC44. That's the shade I'm using and I'm not really going to create much of a highlight around my brows. I'm just using this to go in and correct anything that I might have messed up on, or, you know, just kind of carve that eyebrow out nice and have like a good shape. They're not going to be twins, guys. They're supposed to be sisters, not twins. Remember that. Don't be too hard on yourself, you know, just go with the flow and, you know, go back in and correct any errors or add or take away whatever you need to. Now I use NC because my undertone, I do have a yellow or whatever golden undertone. So the NC works with good for my skin tone. You guys would have to kind of figure out what your undertone is and go get the colors specific to that. NC44 is what I also use in my foundation, which I also use in MAC Studio Fix foundation. That's what I really like to use. I don't really like a too heavy of a look. I like to keep a lot of my beauty marks showing and a little, like, not all of my imperfections. I'm kind of just cleaning up any like discoloration when I use the foundation. So I kind of keep it very light with the foundation. I'm just noticing here, I make hella faces when I'm doing my makeup. Like, it's like I'm doing my mascara at all times, mouth wide open. Oh gosh. So now I'm just going to take my beauty blender and I'm going in and I'm just buffing out the foundation to help it blend better into my skin after I went in with my little concealer brush, and I'm just making that blend all in good there. Create a nice even base so I can go ahead and start with my eyeshadow. So I'm coming in here now. I'm going to come in with my favorite go-to for any eye look I like in the summer. It's Morphe's Bronze Goals 35G palette. It has I'm going to go in with this color Naked for my transition color in my crease. To do that, I'm using this fluffy brush. I love this. This makes it really easy to apply your crease color. And I'm just going to spray it with a little Fix Plus just to help amplify those pigments on us darker skin girls, you know what I mean? Like, we got to kind of get all the pigment out of that. So now I'm just lightly going into my crease with that transition color Naked from the Morphe palette there. And I'm just, like, you know, getting my crease into a nice transition color for me to add other colors on top of it before I go in with To Deepen the crease out. So I'm just going to go in with that. And I'm just tapping off any extra shadow that may be on the brush. With these shadows, I don't find they have a lot of fallout, which is really good. So, and you're really light with the hand on this. Like, keep your hand kind of on the end of the brush, and so that the pressure is not as like deep, you know. So now that I have the transition color in there, in a few moments I'm just going to transfer into a smaller, I guess more dense brush to just kind of use a darker shade to kind of cut that crease with. And the shade color from the palette that I'm using, it's called Turn Up, and it's like a reddish brown color, and I'm going to use that to deepen the crease of my eye. So that's that color there. I'm just kind of showing you guys there. So now, same method, just lightly back and forth in little circular motions to kind of deepen that crease in my eye, give my eye more definition. So I'm just going to go in there, back and forth in windshield wiper motions, very light pressure on the brush, keeping my hand at the back of the brush, and deepening that crease up there. So I'm just letting you guys kind of see how I deepen that crease up. I'm sorry guys, this is taken on my cell phone, so once again the quality's not that great. So now I'm going to go in with my MAC 24 Hour Studio Fix Concealer. I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand, and I'm going to use that to cut my crease. And it just helps, like, you know, get that lid. It's kind of used as like an eye primer. That's kind of more so what I'm using it for. So it can hold that shimmery, like, pressed pigment once I go to put that on. And as you guys can see, I'm using that same flat brush I used to carve out my eyebrows with. I'm using that to cut my crease on my eye. Now I like to use my finger just to kind of dab my eye after putting the concealer on there to get rid of any creases and just kind of make it blend a little bit. Yes, girl. You cut that crease, girl. So now I'm going to go in to my shimmery pressed pigment in my palette. So I'm going to go into that color there. I like to go into my pressed palette, and doing that I like to use my finger and spray a little Fix Plus. So the shade I'm using for my lid is called For Sure from the Morphe palette. So that's what you see me spraying my finger, and I'm going to go right in there. And get right in there, lift up that pigment, and start putting that on my lid. And I like to use my finger for any like pressed little like shimmery glitter. Find it just applies better with your finger. That's the finished like kind of eyeshadow look. I'm just going to take a little small brush to go into the inner corner of my eye to add some highlighting color there. And for the inner corner of my eye, I use Tropics from the palette, and that's what I'm showing you there. This is just going to like open the eye a little bit and give it some pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do that. Now I started to do this with a brush, and then I noticed I find, like I said, with those shimmery colors, your finger kind of works better to pick up the pigment with. So I kind of prefer to use my finger for any shadows that are like a pressed shimmery or glittery pigment. It just picks up way better. So that's what you see me going in there and doing now, is just kind of adding the little pressed pigment in there. So now I'm just taking this white eyeliner. It's literally just any old white eyeliner to put on the inner lash line of my eye, and this just makes your eyes like look more opened. I really like using that, so that's what I use, and it's by Beautique is who makes this white eyeliner. So next up, I'm just showing you, I love these lashes. These are the Quo 3D Flirty 808 lashes. They're super cheap, and I like to use the Wet&Wild H2O Proof. This is a liquid eyeliner. I'm just going to go in and line my eye. Don't mind me looking like I'm kind of possessed in one eye while I put the eyeliner on, but that's life, y'all. You do the most. Oh, shoot. Look at me. Got a little error on there. I'm just going to fix that up. You might not see me fix that until I'm off cam, but I'm just going to keep it moving and just kind of go and do like a little wing. I'm not a pro at doing wings yet. I don't really try to be. I'm just kind of more so lining my eye just to kind of lay the lashes on top so you can't see that band there. And I forgot I had the fix on my finger, so I put it on my face, y'all. So I'm just going to step out of the camera right quick just to get rid of that little doohickey. Come back and have that gone. Thank God I didn't put on my foundation yet. So I go in, and for my lashes, I really love this stuff because I have little itty bitty lashes. So I use for lashes, the Voluminous Lash. It's by Loreal, and it's in Mystic Black. So I'm just going ahead with my itty bitty lashes and just slapping that on there just to kind of give those lashes a little something to stick to. My lashes are so itty bitty. I used to get extensions all the time, and I'm stopped doing it, but now I'm just kind of trying to let them grow back. It's a struggle, y'all. It's a real struggle. And now I'm just going to step off camera while I put my lashes on, and I'll be right back. I'm going to use this flat brush, and I'm going to go under my eye, and I'm going to combine Nekked as well as Tropics just to go under the lash line a little bit, just to add a little something on my lower part of my eye to match the top, because you don't want the top to look too heavy. And I find sometimes when you don't add to the bottom, it makes it look a little heavy on top. So I'm just going in now and adding mix those two colors together and just giving my under eye a little get up. Just so y'all know, I see that my lash in the corner of the other eye is a little bit lifted up. Don't worry, I will fix that. I just can't be bothered right now, so I'm just kind of letting it ride until I get the whole thing finished. I'm going in with my MAC Studio Fix NC44 foundation, and I'm just taking my little concealer brush to just put some of the product all over my face, and I'm going to go ahead with my beauty blender and just dab it in. And here I am just kind of going over my lashes, just like sticking them down a bit and making sure they're on there, you know. When you're blending your foundation in, just make sure you go a little like under your jawline and stuff so that everything blends seamlessly. You don't want to have that annoying little like orange or line going under your jaw to show where the foundation stops. Now I'm just going in again with my MAC 24-Hour Studio Fix concealer just to highlight my face, and I'm just putting this under my eyes, in the center parts of my face, baby. So a little bit in the middle of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and I'll do like a little on my chin, and I'll just go ahead and blend that in. Contour, I'm going in with the MAC Deep Darkest Mineralized Skin Finish just to contour my face. So I'm just going to use this down the jawbone, and I'm going to go up on my forehead and kind of chisel out, make some shadows in my face just to give me more face definition. This slims your face too, and I go on the bottom of my jawline as well. Now I'm just taking a little brush and I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose just to slim my nose out a little bit with that same MAC Deep Darkest Mineralized Skin Finish that I used for my contour, and I'm just kind of like slimming out that nose there. And then I'll take my beauty blender and I just like to go over it a little bit with whatever products left just to kind of diffuse those lines a bit. To bake my face, just to kind of hold everything in place and make it stay there. You know how that works. I'm just going in with this translucent setting powder. It's by Rimmel London, and it's called Match Perfection Silky Face Powder. And I also like to take my beauty blender and I like to dab it over and kind of help it soak into the skin. I just find it sets everything a little better than just kind of leaving it. And then I leave it afterwards. Here's me just acting like a little cray-cray while I wait for this to set. I'm just going back in with my mascara and just doing my little itty-bitty bottom lashes. Just give them a little something, a little clout now that I have the powder on and whatnot. Now I'm just taking this brush, big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to dust off that excess powder from the setting spray. Now that my face is all set, and just kind of leave her there. Now normally after this I would take my Fix Plus spray again and spray my face over just to kind of set everything in place, but I didn't plan on leaving this makeup on all day, so I didn't do that. So instead I just replaced that. I'm going to go in with my blush. This is MAC as well. I don't know the shade, guys. It was faded out and it's kind of old a bit, so I don't know the color, but it was like a very light pink and I just kind of like it. It's like a corally pink color. I just used a light amount of this, not too heavy, just to give me some little bit of natural pink tone back in my face so I didn't look so matte. So for the highlight, I used the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish just for a little something. I don't like a dramatic highlight when I'm just doing like a daytime look. I just kind of use it a little bit just to give me a little oomph in my step. Not too much. It gives you just enough glow. And I'm going to put this on the highest point of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, a little on my cupid's bow of my lip, and then I'm just going to let it rock like that. So now I was trying to keep it cute and I thought I'd go in with some Kylie Cosmetics, her liquid lips. I put it on and the color was actually extremely pink and it didn't go with the color of my eyes. It was way too pink. So I ended up taking that off and afterwards and putting on a coral lipstick. And the lipstick that I chose was like, it was from L'Oreal as well. It was a really good, or sorry, it was from Revlon, and it was Super Luscious Lips, and it was coral, and it was like a satin finish. So don't mind the Kylie. I just thought I would try to throw her in there, but you know what? Kylie wasn't working out for us today. Maybe in later look. Here's me just looking and looking and looking and being like, nah, Kylie, you got to go. So here's an up close in the lighting with the Kylie lip that I'm going to get rid of my blush. And this is the finished product of the look that I did. And once again, I said I know that lash is up. I will fix that later on. So that is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I was feeling myself a little too much here and didn't realize my lash was lifting. But yeah, that's how you achieve that look. So I hope y'all enjoyed that video of my cheap summer look on a budget. Thank y'all for watching. See you in the next one.